Welcome to the Great Mohau's YouTube channel, where Mohau explores everything science and technology.
Hey Tech Talkers, welcome back to Tech Talk Weekly with a computer science major. I am your host, the Great Mohau, and this is season 2. Episode 1, we'll be drilling into how to transition from high school to computer science or from high school to university, right? So the reason I did this, if you remember from season 2's update, I did mention that season 2 is going to have themes, right? So the theme for this few episodes will be about transitioning from high school to university. Why am I doing this? The reason is it's March, right? And April is around the corner. So if you're in Matric, this video is definitely for you. How to basically get into computer science, like for different universities in South Africa. Okay. The way I'll do this, I will do for each and every university, probably the top 10 universities or the popular universities. I'll try to cover, almost all the universities. Of course, I cannot be covering all the universities, but I'll try to cover as many as I can, so that everybody has the necessary information. I do understand not all of us want to go to the popular universities, or as they call them, Ivy Leagues, right? Some of us, we just want a simple university, go there, get your qualification, and get a job. That's what you need, right? Then that's okay. So I'm gonna start this as kind of like, I'm just gonna, let's not talk about matriculants for now. Let's say you're in grade 7, and then fine. Grade 7, you're doing natural sciences, the combination of biology, physics, and chemistry. You're doing social sciences and all that. Fine. Now you get to high school, you're doing grade 8, right? Grade 8, it's still the same subjects. I don't quite remember if they add some subjects, but I think, yeah, if I remember properly, it's still the same subjects. Grade 9, still the same subjects, right? But then now, this is where everything basically changes. And forgive me for the positioning of the camera. I recently bought a monitor. I will do a review for the monitor. So my laptop is actually positioned next to the monitor. But yeah, we can work with that, right? Because I will be sharing my screen, and yeah, I just want you guys to basically see what's on my screen. For today, or for these few episodes, under this theme of transitioning from high school to university, you won't be seeing me as much, and that's okay, right? What you need is the information. So, as I was saying, you're in grade 9. Grade 9, this is when everything starts to maybe make sense in a way, because, yeah, that's where you basically get the opportunity to choose subjects or to choose the type of stream you would like to go to. It's more like for university students who are watching, if you're at university and then let's say maybe you applied for computer science general. If you applied for computer science general, of course, you would have to probably choose a second major. You might choose economics, you might choose mathematics, you might choose physics, and so on. So in grade 9, you are then given the opportunity to choose a specific stream. You can either go for the mathematics and sciences stream, or you can go for the commerce stream. And I know there's other streams. I just don't know a lot about them. But this channel and this podcast is all about science and technology. So I will be talking about the things that I know. So you choose mathematics and sciences, that stream. You choose that stream, you start doing it in grade 10, right? Okay, fine, you're in grade 10. Uh, Now, some schools I know they separate physics and chemistry. Some it's just physical sciences as it is. Some schools you do computer applications technology, which is CAD. Some you don't, right? And that's not a problem. You know, whether you do computer applications technology, CAD or not, that is really not a problem. Okay, because I would say from what I saw, computer applications technology, it's just the basics, right? HTML and all that, basically how to navigate through a computer, how to navigate through MS Office, Microsoft Office, such, things, and probably learning about the history of computers if they really do it. I didn't do CAD in high school, but I, know somebody who basically did CAD, and yeah, what they told me was basically that, HTML and all that, there are certain projects that you do, but what I'm trying to say is whether you did CAT or not, that really doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that you are doing physical sciences, you are doing mathematics, and you're doing English. Those three subjects, those are the most important subjects. You will see for each and every course that you apply for in the STEM field, specifically for computer science, each and every university that you will apply for, if you want to do computer science, they will require physical sciences, they will require mathematics, and they will require English. Some, they might not require physical sciences, but mathematics and English, those two will always be required. Great. Now, let's talk about what percentage you need for each subject, right? Okay. For mathematics, you will need 60%, a minimum of 60% and above. For English, you also require a minimum of 60% and above. Same goes for physical sciences. You need a minimum of 60% and above. Now, what is 60% in terms of levels? That is level 5. You need level 5 for mathematics, English, and physical sciences. Okay? But then that is just, a small portion of it. Most universities, they will require further, they have more requirements. It's not just those three subjects, right? And when I say the most important subjects are these three, that does not mean you don't have to do well on your life orientation. That does not mean you don't have to do well on your life sciences, because this is where I'm coming to right now. You would have done this in grade 11, life orientation. The APS and all that, how to calculate your APS, the NBTs. So that is a very crucial point score, right? It's an application point score, an APS. So they also calculate that. Just make sure, just ensure that your APS it's 30 plus, excluding life orientation. If your APS is 30 plus, excluding life orientation, you can say you're on this, safe side of things. But now, if it's like below 30, it's a problem. That's excluding life orientation, right? It's a problem because most universities, they don't even calculate life orientation. Some universities that, give credit for doing well in life orientation, they are there. The Witwatersrand, WITS, yes, they do give you credit. University of Free State, yes, they do give you credit. Which other university? UCT, no, they don't. We'll verify, but if I remember properly, they don't. NW, they will never. They don't give you credit for life orientation. So just make sure that your APS excluding life orientation is 30. Now, how do you calculate your APS? I mean, I'm not gonna assume that you would have done this. So I'm gonna take you guys step by step. Okay, let's do it. The APS. Let's say you're doing. Did I share? No. Let's say you're doing 7 subjects. You're doing English, you're doing home language, you are doing life orientation, mathematics, physical sciences, life sciences, and geography or any other subject, right? Because I basically did all those subjects and economics instead of geography. So, oh, and also business studies because I did 8. But then let's say you're doing 7. Okay, so it's 7 subjects, all those subjects that are included. The APS is calculated using the levels, right? You don't use the percentages, you use the levels. So as I said, from the percentage 60 to 69, that is level 5. And then from 70 to 79, that's level 6. From 80 to 89, no, 80 to 100, that's level 7, right? And then from like 50 to 59, that's level 4, and so on. 40 to 49, that's level 3. But we are not going to talk about level 3 going down. We will talk a little bit about level 4, but the aim is for you to get level 5 and upwards for all your subjects. Okay? But it's not all of us who are going to be able to obtain that. And there's the section of this video where we'll talk about the level 4s, which is sometimes what most matriculants don't pay attention to, right? And that is very important because universities, they need students. As much as, there isn't a lot of space for applicants, but that might be for specific programs because a lot of people might prefer a particular program. But then there are specific programs where universities need students, but students are not applying for those programs. Okay, good. So you need level 5 for all your subjects and above, but for those 3, make sure you get level 5 and above. Okay, great. And then let me do this because I want to start sharing my screen now. I want to show you guys something. Okay. You can see my screen, and then what I want to do, we'll start with let's start with UFS. Start with UFS. So the requirements, right? So one thing that you need to know when it comes to requirements, again, make sure that you check the prospectus for each and every university for that particular year you will be applying for. I have gone through the Northwest University's prospectus for 2025 and 2024 on my previous videos on my personal channel. So you can definitely check that out because over here, this is correct, but it might be outdated. So we'll just check. They said a minimum admission point score that is 30 or higher, as I've already mentioned. Mathematics, they need level 4, 50% or more. So level 4 is 50%. Well, this is what I was talking about. This is outdated. They no longer look at level 4. Some universities, they still do, but okay. And then physical science, level 4, okay. English proficiency. Yeah, you need to be proficient in English. So they look at mathematics, physical sciences, and English. They also look at the NBTs, and then we have the recommended subjects, which is IT or CAT, but that is not important. It's just an advantage if you have those. So for UFS, there's different programs. BSc IT, computer science with chemistry, physics, mathematics. Most universities, they have that. There is BCIS, which is yeah, nah, that word. I'm not about to pronounce that word. but that's basically computer information systems. We used to say Bachelor of Computer Information Systems, but then, yeah, no. Yeah, and then they also have extended programs. I did say that would be the other section of the video, right? Okay, now we've seen that. Let's go to the program. Okay, the prospectus, I mean to say, computer science and information. See my screen. And okay, this is for the year 2026, meaning the one for 2027, it's not out as of yet. So you just scroll through, they let you know that they have 6 programs under Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. So there's like, okay, computer science and chemistry, there's computer science and mathematics, computer science, and mathematical statistics, computer science and physics, computer science and business management, and then they also have data science. And by the way, data science, yeah, at UFS, yeah, no, you have to be good to get into that program. They don't take a lot of students for data science. Okay, so what we have to do now is the computer science, that is the first discipline. The second discipline is chemistry. So disciplines is like majors, right? But we are not looking for that. There's this diagram that they like using that makes things easier. You can basically go through all of that. That will definitely help you out. But okay, let's look at this now. So this is the program code. There is like for, as I know for this one, where is it? Endorsement. This is the computer information system one. They don't look at physical sciences. They only require level 4 mathematics and level 4 English. But as you can see, most is level 4 English, level 5 mathematics, and level 5 mathematics. While the ones where you'll be measuring with mathematics, it's going to be level 6 mathematics, and then level 5 physical sciences, data science as well, level 6 mathematics, and then level 5 physical sciences. So basically at UFS, you just need level 4 for English, but let's stick to level 5 and upwards. For mathematics, you can get level 4 for certain programs like computer science and business management, but you cannot apply to data science with level 4 in mathematics. You cannot apply to computer science and mathematics with level 4 in mathematics. You need level 6 in mathematics to be measuring with mathematics. You cannot even apply to computer science and mathematics with level 5. They won't take you, basically. Although your APS might be 36, 35, they won't take you unless if maybe there is space, of which most of the time there is no space. There is no space. Some people, they are placed on the waiting list for quite some time. But one thing that might actually boost you if you get maybe level 5 is your NBT scores, right? Because at UFS, they also look at your NBT scores. So if maybe you got level 5 for maths, then let's say level 7 for English, and then level 6 for physical sciences, and then you do well on your NBTs, yeah, they might actually, take you, as long as you're not applying for computer science and mathematics. Even if you're applying for computer science and mathematics, they might still take you. It depends, it depends on the spaces that they have. If you're on the waiting list, they might actually take you for that. So let's see. Let us see. So mathematics at performance level 7, and then physical sciences. So this is basically mostly for like data science. Recommended mission. Okay. So basically what they're trying to say, if you get, level 7 in mathematics, and then you get level 6 in physical sciences, the chances of you getting into computer sciences are high. You won't even be placed on the waiting list. But then if you get level 6, level 5 for both of them, the chances are you will be placed on the waiting list. And then, yeah, because now there's a lot of students basically who get, distinctions for mathematics and physical sciences and English as well. And then if you find students who get, distinctions for all three, they will prioritize them over students or learners who get level 6 and 5 for mathematics and physical sciences. So that's one thing to consider. I'm not saying be discouraged. No, do not be discouraged. They're just saying it would be an advantage, right? It would be an advantage, right? What they're saying. Successful completion of robotics and Python project presented. And we don't need all that information. We just needed to know, okay, fine. That's what they need. And then let's now go to, let's check another one. We'll just check Northwest University, NWU. So I'm starting with the universities I'm familiar with. Universities are, standard. So what we need here, we are looking for the Bachelor of Science, computer science. Computer science and electronics. But then, okay, yeah, now this is that's not the extended program. Okay, so for this one, Bachelor of Science with computer science and electronics, they require an APS that is like 26. This is at the Mohegan campus. The duration is 3 years. You need level 5 in mathematics and level 4 in physical sciences. But then there's also computer science with economics at the Potchefstroom campus and the Vanderbilt campus. It's for 3 years. You need level 5 for mathematics, level 4 for physical sciences, and the 26 APS score. But then if you get a 30 APS score, you're guaranteed, 30 APS score, level 5 mathematics, level 4 physical sciences, it's guaranteed you're in, especially if you apply early. So that's the reason I'm basically making this video, so that you can start applying. On the 1st of April, make sure you start applying, because that's when most universities open their applications. Before we go to the extended ones, there's also a Bachelor of Science with Computer Science and Statistics. They just require level 5 in mathematics, 26 APS score. It's for 3 years at the Potchefstroom campus. And then, where's mine? Computer Science and Physics. Where is it? Okay. So here's chemistry and computer science. Same thing, level 5 mathematics, level 4 physical sciences, 26 APS score. And then it's for 3 years at the Mohegan campus. I'm looking for mine. Physics and computer science. Why is it not appearing? Mathematics and economics. And that means, but then these are extended programs. I'll cover that, not now. Okay, so there's also Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. But before that, for physics and computer science, the requirements are still the same. Mathematics level 5, physical sciences, level 4 APS 26, and then the duration is 3 years. Same applies to Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Mathematics, it's level 4, and then it's for 3 years. You can learn, it can be the mode of delivery, it can be contact or distance learning. Distance learning, you're basically learning online. And then if you've done technical mathematics, they will require level 5 for technical mathematics. Mathematics literacy, they will never take you. So IT, it's at Potchefstroom campus and the Vanderbilt campus. And then there's also the extended part of it. I will cover that with the extended programs. I'm looking for physics and computer science, unless if it has been removed, but would be here. Chemistry and computer science is still there. I also did not see mathematics and computer science, did I? Okay. So for this part, let's cover the extended programs because they're already here, right? I did say that if maybe you got level 4 for mathematics and level 4 for physical sciences, do not stress. Most universities, not all of them, they have extended programs, which can also be referred to as bridging courses, right? So basically, for an extended program, you instead of doing 3 years, you do 4 years. So the first year of the 3 year program, you do it in 2 years in the extended program. And then the remaining 2 years, it's just normal. Okay. It's just as, the normal program. So they are being a bit lenient because they do understand if maybe you got level 4 in mathematics, probably the pressure, it was quite a lot and you still need some time to cover some of the concepts in mathematics, right? So meaning you're not that strong when it comes to mathematics, you need more time to be strong in mathematics or any other subjects that are covered in computer science. So yeah, that would be for Northwest University. For most extended programs, you just need level 4 in English, level 3, but go for level 4 in mathematics. Technical mathematics, you need level 4, and then physical sciences level 3, but go for level 4 because now if you're going for the minimum levels, the APS might be 25 or 24, but there's somebody who got an APS of 30 and they got level 4 in mathematics, level 4 in physical sciences. They're definitely going to take that person over you. So remember, these are just the minimum requirements. These are not the requirements you need. Those are the minimum. Basically, the requirements that allow you to apply, that allow them to basically review your application. That's what it simply means. So yeah, it's for all those programs, physics and mathematics, computer science and mathematics. There's quite a lot. There's quite a lot. And then for the extended, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, it's also a bit different. Mathematics, it's level 3, they just need mathematics. Technical mathematics level 4, it's only provided at the Bay Park campus. They need 24 APS score, it's for 4 years. Okay. And yep. For this week, we are covering everything related to computer science and IT and computer science, one and the same thing. Now let's do for, I've done Northwest University, UFS, let's do for WITS. Let's do for WITS. That is EduVos. EduVos is a private institution. Let's cover WITS. So you come here to entry requirements and then at WITS, this is what I'm talking about, just to be on the safer side of things. Make sure your APS is 30 plus, but then at WITS, they also calculate the APS differently. I will show you guys just now, hence why their APS score is always higher, okay? It's always higher because they calculate it differently. They basically give you extra credits for English, mathematics, and then they also give you credit for life orientation. So at WITS, they require mathematics level 6, and then English, either home language or first additional language, they need level 5. And then they're already telling you if you have an APS that is between 41 and 43, you will be on the waiting list because they need 44 plus. And then the national benchmark test must be written. For Northwest University, you don't have to write it. For UFS, you have to write it. And then for WITS as well, you have to write the test. Okay. For the test, there's the, okay, because there's 2 tests and you have to write both. If you write one, no, that's not enough. they are telling you here. There are two tests, the academic and quantitative literacy test and the mathematics test. So if you decide to write this only, it's a problem. You have to write that and the mathematics test, both of them. So, okay, we'll go into the APS test. But then, yeah, that's it. I just need to show you guys that table because, yes, WITS, they do calculate their APS differently compared to other universities. UWC also calculates their APS differently. Oh, at UFS, they also calculate their APS differently. Let me do this. UFS APS calculator. They also calculate it differently. So UFS, they also give you credit for life orientation. They give you credit for life orientation. Okay, here it is. So at UFS, if you get a distinction with a 90% to 100%, they consider that as level 8, not level 7. Same applies to Northwest University. When you apply with when your subject and you got like level, not level, but then you got 90% to 100%, they consider it as level 8, not level 7. But 80 to 89, that's level 7. I want to look at the life orientation part of it. Okay, so to calculate your AP score, APS, you can use the following example. So for 5 academic subjects, level 5, so 5 times 5, that's how much? 25. Your APS is 25. And then for 1 further academic subject on level 4, okay, that's 4 already. That's how much? 28. Then for life orientation, okay, here's the part that I was talking about. So they basically give you 1 point for getting level 5 and above. So if you get level 4 in life orientation, you won't get credit. You won't get that one. And that one is extremely crucial, right? Because at UFS, the APS, they need 32 upwards, 32 plus for computer science. So as you saw over there, unless if you want to do computer information systems, but then for computer science, you need 32 plus. So yeah, they just give you like 1 point if you get level 5 upwards in life orientation. And then your overall APS will be 30, but they need 32 plus for computer science, as I said. Let me see. And then let's do one for WITS. Because as I told you, WITS also calculate their APS differently. So for WITS, it's gonna be like this. Let's get the prospectus. And the prospectus, it should definitely be there. I didn't want to make this video long. Okay, so in the meantime, while that is still loading, let's look at the requirements for UJ, University of Johannesburg. The requirements for computer science. Time. Faculty of Science. Here you are. Let's see if we can find the table here for WITS. Yes, this is the table I'm talking about. We'll get back to you, Jay. So for WITS, as I said, they give you credit for English and mathematics and also for life orientation. So they say the WITS APS for English and mathematics. If you get 90 to 100, which they consider as level 8, they give you +2 points, right? So that means if you got level 8, you've got basically level 10. And then if you get 7, they still give you 2 points. So 7 plus 2, that's 9. You got 9 points. So if you got level 6, they still give you 2. So you got 8, level 8. And then if you get level 5, they still give you 2. Then you got 7. But that's for English and mathematics only, right? And then for life orientation, If you get level 5, they give you 1 point. If you get level 6, they give you 2 points. If you get level 7, they give you 3 points. And then if you get anything from 90% to 100%, which is level 8, they give you 4 points. So yeah, at UFS, you only get 1 point, whether it's like 90 to 100. As long as it's level 5 upwards, you get 1 point. You at WITS, hence why their APS is that high. So we are done with WITS. Yeah, this is the 2026 one. That's the one that we need. That is the one that we need. But as I said, just to be on the safer side of things, just make sure you get level 5 for all those three upwards. Because if it's anything below that, then you'll likely be placed on the waiting list. After this, we'll cover, because we've done UFS, we've done NWU UFS, UJ, we'll do UP. We'll do UP. Computer science requirements, yeah. Because it's taking some time to load. Okay, it's loaded now. Okay, do they give you, they don't give you any credit for life orientation. So as they state over here, excluding life orientation. So yeah. Okay, here we are. Here we are. So information technology, they need an APS of 30. So you see the trend. It's only at NWU where you'll, get like 24, 26, where they need like a minimum APS of like 24, 26, but mostly it's like 30. So just get an APS of 30 upwards. And then for English, they need level 6. For mathematics, they need level, for English, they need level 5. For mathematics, they need level 6. For information technology. For computer science and informatics, they need an APS of 30 upwards, level 5 for English, level 6. For mathematics, physical sciences is not applicable for both. Computer science and informatics, specializing in artificial intelligence, they need an APS of 34. In English, they need level 5, and then mathematics, they need level 7. So yeah, because you'll be doing machine learning. If you're doing machine learning in your undergraduate, you have to be extremely good in mathematics. So yeah, most people, they do machine learning like on their postgrad honors, So okay, but then I believe that should be it. Let's look for the requirements at UP. And after UP, because I've covered Gauteng, and then I haven't covered all of them in Gauteng, but I just want to do, let's see, UT, but UCT. I want to combine like the Ivy Leagues, just to do like the top 10, because doing all of them, that might actually make the video longer, and I don't want this video that long anymore. Okay, so Bachelor of Science in Computer Sciences, or Computer Science. Those are not sciences, it is a science. So they need an APS of 30. Mathematics, they need 6. And then English, they need level 5. Okay, I'm going to do UCT. And from UCT, but UCT, they also calculate their, yeah, this is going to take some time to load. Basically, what you need is a minimum of 70% or higher. That is like level 6 upwards for mathematics, level 5 upwards for physical sciences, but just get level 6 upwards for both, né? And for English as well. Because at UCT, as I said, okay, so apologies for that. As I was saying, just make sure you get like, level 6 upwards for both physical sciences, mathematics, and English, because that's where you find students who, yeah, have done like 13 subjects, 12 subjects, 10 subjects. Students who have done, IEB mathematics, IEB English, IEB physical sciences. Their curriculum is IEB. So just get distinctions over there for all three, basically, to stand, a higher chance. And then the NBT as well, they need to be high, as they say over here. If the minimum FPS, the FPS, they calculate it differently on the prospectus. That's where you'll find it. The prospectus doesn't want to download. Okay, it's downloading now. That's where they basically tell you how to calculate the FPS. It's different to the NBT. It's not the NBT score. No, it's the FPS. So they are telling you if your FPS it's like 660 plus, that is a guaranteed admission. But then if it's like 550, you might actually be in the waiting list. But okay. Guys, okay, no. I think this video might actually have to overlap to next week because wow, I've covered UCT, I've covered UFS, NWU, UJ, WITS, and which other one, UP, 6 universities. And I want to make the video to be like, 30 minutes, not more than 30 minutes, it might actually, okay, 30 to 40 minutes, but not more than that. Okay, so let me just cut it here and then we'll continue with the other universities next week so that, I don't rush things because if I rush, things, I'm not even getting enough time to explain how to basically calculate the FPS. I know some people might actually be able to go to the PDF themselves and see how it's calculated, but as I said, I do not want to assume things. I'm here to help you guys, and that is the plan. Okay, that's what I'm here for. So thank you for watching. Make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and I will see you in next week's video. Cheers.
Brought to you by Royal Mercy Institute.